Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Midweek Ponce Speaks. I'm Ponce Lemire, financial advisor and your favorite insurance man. So last week, for those that tuned in, I was speaking about retirement planning and just becoming aware of taking care of our 60, 70, 80, 90-year-old selves right now. While we're younger, we still have earning potential. I spoke to the younger folks, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and just kind of share some different things that should be considered right now when it comes to getting ready for retirement. And today I just want to speak a little bit more to if you're in your 40s, your 50s, maybe even your 60s, and you just haven't done enough in regards to putting money away for retirement, or maybe you hadn't even thought about that. Well, now's the time to be thinking about that. And one of the main sources of retirement income that we're all aware of is what? Social Security. All right. But what we don't understand is Social Security was never designed to be your only source of retirement income. It was really supposed to just supplement and just kind of go along with what you've been able to accumulate by the money that you've put away in your life. A lot of days or a lot of companies these days aren't giving a pension, and in the old days, the pension was the big thing. The pension, along with your Social Security, you could live, a middle class, life and do relatively well. But the pension has gone away, and they've replaced that with more contributory assets or savings vehicles, I should say, like the 401k and that. But we got to start thinking about that now. Social Security alone is not going to be enough in order for a person to sustain really the lifestyle that they're currently used to living. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, so right now we really want to start taking into our own hands our retirement income, because the average American normally works until about 64, 65. But with that age, you could potentially live another 30 years, another, 25, 30 years until you're not well into your 90s, especially with modern technology. People are living longer, newer medications, more advanced procedures. And, what do you do for that 30 years where you're not working? Okay. And of course, inflation is never going to stop. Okay. Prices in the 50s weren't what they are today, and they won't be what they are 20 or 30 years from now as they are today. So we have to account for that. So what do you want to do? The first thing is, of course, anything, if you are working, we're talking people that work for corporate America, that they're offering you a 401k, you want to max that out 100%. Okay. You also want to, at this point, be able to save more money than you're earning. If you're in your 50s and you just haven't put away enough money for retirement. And that's another thing too. You want to know, how much do I need? How much will I need in retirement? How much money, or is my lifestyle going to remain the same? Am I going to stay in this house? Do I still have a mortgage? Have I refinanced? What will my bill life financially look like once I retire? And then that'll kind of give you an idea of where you want to be in regard to your retirement savings. So outside of the 401k, you want to definitely position yourself to maybe set up an IRA. Right now, the limit for an IRA is $7,000 per year. That's the most you can put in, which really isn't a lot of money, But fortunately, if you're over the age of 50, there's what's called a catch-up amount, which means that the government will allow you to do $8,000 a year. So you want to take advantage of that. Put that extra $1,000 into that IRA. You may want to pick up a second job. I know you don't want to hear that, but the point is, you have to, at this point, because we haven't done enough to build up to this point, you have to generate more income. We need more income, so maybe you have to just take that, make that sacrifice to get that second job. Work a little, maybe get some more hours, maybe work some overtime. Because I'm going to tell you, if you think it's hard to work and you don't want to work now, you don't feel like working now at 55 or 60 or 50, well, imagine having to work at 70 or having to go to work at 65, 70, 75 years old. Okay, so you want to be able to get as much income as you can now. Lower some of those expenses. Maybe you don't need all of the channels. Maybe we don't go out to eat 2 or 3 days a week. Maybe we only go out to eat once a week. Maybe we downsize the car. Maybe we travel a little less. Because at this point, it's all about bringing in more than you spend. And then that difference, putting it into a situation where it can grow. All right. And we may have to be a little more risky. You may have to go into mutual funds, into stocks, something that can generate potentially a higher return to allow you to be able to accumulate that nest egg a little faster now that we have a smaller time horizon. Okay. So again, with this midweek Ponce Speaks, I want to start talking more about retirement, getting our mind thinking about that. What is it that we need to do now, to be able to position ourselves to be able to have a healthy retirement. Okay. So again, it's another edition of Midweek Ponce Speaks. I'm Ponce Hunter, financial advisor, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care.